Okay, what's going on, everybody? Definitely apologize for the late start. Had some technical difficulties I had to deal with, and so had to kind of get that fixed up before we do get everything started. So I definitely do apologize for that. So we're going to get ready to get this show started in just a moment. As y'all see, it is game week. And the first official depth chart was also released. So we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the depth chart, and some of the other observations that were made um, over the last couple of days of practice. So as we get ready for this first preseason game, we're definitely going to get everything started. So go ahead and make sure you share the show out and everything. Thank y'all for being patient with me and waiting. I'm gonna make sure it's worth the wait, and we're gonna get everything taken care of. So we're gonna get ready to get this show started in very less than 60 seconds. So let's do it.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody?
Good evening, Tight Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into another edition of TNT Tonight. I am your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we're gonna have a fun episode for you on this evening. Definitely make sure y'all go ahead and share the show out, whether it be on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, now X, or on Facebook. So definitely go ahead, Facebook, Instagram, X, aka Twitter, and also on YouTube as well. Go ahead and share that show out, and we're going to go ahead and get this show started. And then also, um, definitely make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and smash that like button as well as you come on into the show. And then go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that and hit all for your notifications. So that way you know when Titans of Truth goes live, because a lot of content is gonna be flying at you for this upcoming season. So you're probably gonna get sick of me. So definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not able to always watch, you could definitely go listen the very next day on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. I try to do my best to get that out either tonight or the very next day. Sometimes I know I can be a bit forgetful, but blame my brain, not my heart. I'm definitely trying to get better with that. And also, super chats are appreciated, or you can definitely help the channel by giving to the Cash App. $ Blue Enforcer. You could definitely do that as well. And that's the way that you're helping the channel. You can help me and everything. So I definitely do appreciate any I definitely do appreciate any love that is sent my way. So I definitely do appreciate that. But I'm glad everybody is able to join in on the show, and we're gonna go ahead and get this baby started. I know we saw Lou Man. We got I know Lou Man is back in here. We got Titan Fox. Um, we got Titan Fox, of course, talking to Lou Man, and of course Kent Woods. I try not to call him the Titans hater as much anymore, but he's always been a supporter of the show. I definitely do I definitely do appreciate that. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I know some others are gonna be flowing in as this show continues to keep going. Pig Wickle is in here. We got Keon, who is definitely becoming a regular. So I definitely do appreciate everybody. Um, coming in. Titan Fox, I know you've been down with me for a long time, and I definitely do appreciate that. Um, so I definitely do appreciate that. But Lou, man, if you can't do it on super Instagram, you can do super chat. I mean, on Cash App, you can do super chats. So you can definitely do that as well. We got AZ Mick in here, one of our regulars as well. Appreciate everybody coming on in and everything. So let's go ahead and get the show started with everything. And also, I like to give a shout out to my godmother, my godmama, Miss Alice Crenshaw Smith. Happy 62nd birthday. She's 62 years young. This is the Leo season. This is our year. This is our time of the year. The best time of the year, to be exact. The best month of the year is August. So football coming back, birthdays, and then of course, we'll talk about a national holiday that's coming up in about a week. So we're definitely going to do that again. So appreciate everybody coming into the show. And let's go ahead and get into one of the first topics of the day. And that is, and I didn't really get to talk much about this um, last week, but it is that the Titans cut offensive lineman Jamarco Jones. And basically, they cut him because, he was getting into too many fights. He was getting into too many, skirmishes. He already had gotten into one with Big Jeff, got kicked out of practice because of that. And then now, of course, did it again. And so he basically, left the Titans with absolutely no choice but to cut him from the team altogether. And he pretty much ruined his own opportunity. He had an opportunity to be the starting right tackle for the Tennessee Titans, and he basically ruined it for himself. He basically messed himself up with that and cost himself, a starting spot. And so, now with him gone, now that opens up the door for guys like Chris Hubbard. That opens up the door for guys like Andrew Rupchich and for Andrew Rupchich and others to try to get that starting right tackle position that's in flux because MPF is suspended the first 6 games of the year, so gotta have a replacement for him while he serves his suspension. So Jamarco Jones being cut, I mean, stupid. That was really stupid. I'm with Titan Fox on that one. Basically, messed up his career and everything. So now, so now the door is basically open, for anybody to take that right tackle spot. And, right now, I would say Chris Hubbard does kind of have the lead in that situation. And we're, of course, going to talk more about the depth chart in just a moment. But again, when you have somebody screw up, it becomes somebody else's opportunity. So I really don't have a whole lot of feeling on that. So I'm not going to really spend too much more time on that. Looks like Chris Hubbard's going to be the guy at right tackle. But speaking of, where people are going to be, the Titans on Monday released their first official depth chart, unofficial depth chart, excuse me, before this upcoming game with the Chicago Bears. So I'm going to try to bring it up and hopefully everybody can see it, everything. I'm going to definitely try to make sure everybody can see it and everything. So definitely was trying to make sure everybody was on there. I apologize if everybody can't see it. I'll definitely go into depth in regards to that. Maybe I should have just did um offense and defense, and I might be able to fix that up. But this is the unofficial depth chart for right now. And there are some notables, and definitely some that you do notice and some others that you don't. But I am right now fixing the graphics so you'll be able to get a better feel of what it's going to look like. So bear with me for just a moment. I'm fixing a couple of graphics so that way we can show offense, defense, and special teams and make it a little bit bigger. So there we go. But yeah, finna go ahead and I'm actually fixing this, fixing up a graphic mid-show. Never easy, but could definitely be done when with the proper stuff. So shout out to Canva. Canva definitely helps me out a lot. So definitely love Canva for what it does and everything. So it'll be just a quick second, but I'm getting that loaded up. So I don't know if everybody's able to see what I already have up, but if not, I am getting a better look for you. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me and everything. So for to go ahead and get that uploaded for everybody so that everybody can really see everything. Um, when it comes to that. So I'm downloading that now. Taking just a moment. So I don't know if everybody can really see everything, but well, we're bringing that up right now so we can show in more detail. Here we go. So there's the offense. Here's the offense part of the depth of the unofficial depth chart, and as y'all can see, um, it actually looks a lot better. Like even I could actually see it. So on offense, right now, the first team offense, of course, no surprise. You got Ryan Tannehill as starting quarterback, Derrick Henry starting running back, DeAndre Hopkins, Traylon Burks starting receivers. Definitely Chigaconquo, and y'all forgive me for a second. Chair wants to act funny. There we go. And so you got Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, Derrick Henry at running back. You got Traylon Burks and DeAndre Hopkins. Trevon Wesco being the other tight end over like a Josh Weil, who still has to earn his spot. And everything. But then the offensive line from left to right is Andre Dillard at left tackle, which we expected, Peter Skoronski at left guard, Aaron Brewer at center, right guard Daniel Brunskill, and Chris Hubbard right now at right tackle. And then after that, you got the other receivers being Chris Moore, Reggie Robinson, Nick Westbrook Akina. They have Mason Kinsey on the second team right now, but I think Kyle Phillips is going to be the slot guy, at the end of the day. So not really worried about that. Got Corey Levin as a backup center. Got Jalen Duncan, I want to say the 6th round pick. He's the backup left tackle. Josh Wild's a backup tight end. Of course, Malik Willis is the number 2. Levis, the number 3. Hassan Haskins being at number 2. Of course, Jonathan Ward is right there as well. And you got again Nicholas Petit Ferrer, of course, is suspended, so that's why he's on the back end. On the other side of the ball, on defense, you got your normal guys, the Nico Autry, Tierre Tart, Big Jeff, Arden Key, and Harold Landry. On the outside, on the inside, you got Aziz Al Shair, who has been really coming on as of late. But here's one surprise I noticed. Dr. Jack Gibbons, is the starting inside linebacker over Monty Rice. That is one of the major surprises so far with the depth chart right now that I've noticed. And then also in the defensive backfield, Sean Murphy Bunting, Christian Fulton, Kevin Byard, Amani Hooker, of course, Roger McCreary as another corner with Trey Avery. And you notice Elijah Molden is the backup to Kevin Byard at safety. Very interesting there. Of course, you got Jaden Peavy, who is a name that is starting to show up a lot. So Jaden Peavy's a guy that's really starting to come on in camp. So that's another guy. And then, with Monty Rice kind of in the struggle, that also opens the door for a guy like a Chance Campbell as well. So you definitely got a lot of guys fighting for spots in the back end of the roster. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. A lot of spots still available, but I think besides the inside linebacker, the defense is pretty much set. I want to say, besides the inside linebacker, one of the spots, I think the defense is pretty solid. And then, of course, special teams wise, right now, Caleb Shudak has the nod over Trey Wolf. You got the Stonehouse. And right now at punt returner is Kyle Phillips. Kickoff return, Julius Chestnut, which that still remains to be seen as well. We still trying to figure that out as well. So there's a lot of things still left to be decided as we go into the preseason. Again, some of the surprises I noticed, again, Dr. Jack Gibbons over Monty Rice starting at inside linebacker. Some of the other positions, I think, as some people have said, is seniority, like Malik being at 2, Levis at 3. That's going to be an up and down battle all the way. Haskins at 2. I really haven't heard his name a whole lot as far as what he's done in practice. And then, of course, he still has the legal issue hanging over his head as well. So, again, that's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going on with that. And shout out to my guy Man Hour of the Man Hour Network, where we post stuff for the Man Hour Network as well. So shout out to Man Hour coming on in, showing some love as well. And then again, Molden on the depth chart, not at corner, but at safety. So he could be that third safety sometimes in those packages that we have. And that's going to be something very, very interesting. But I want to take a look. I want to see what are the surprises on the depth chart for you guys so far. I'm going to put up the offense and the defense one more time. Any surprises that y'all see? Are there any guys that, maybe deserve to be bumped up, or some that need to be bumped back? We definitely could talk about that, but that's some things that I noticed when the depth charts were released and everything. But I think some of these are just seniority. Like a guy like Tajay Spears. I think Tajay Spears. I don't think Hassan Haskins is gonna hold Spears off for long, in my honest opinion. I think Tajay Spears could be that second running back behind Derrick Henry. And Derrick Robinson, who started at quarterback? Tannehill. Let's see. Miss Crutcher, I'm here. I think we're gonna be good this year. We're gonna definitely find out. Definitely gonna find out. Titan Fox and Kent going at it a little bit. Titan Fox says, I think Malik and Levis will split time the first game, but nobody has released who goes first. Right now, I think Malik is going first. I think Malik is going first. I think Will Levis will go second. Volcano is saying, have they said they're playing the starters? Right now, no. And I wouldn't expect that they would. I mean, I think the main starters that maybe need to play, and we'll talk about this, offensive line is definite. They need to play. I think offensive line needs to play. Maybe a little bit of defense, for new guys that are new to the team and everything. So we'll definitely have to see about that. Titan Fox says, remember that this is preliminary, subject to change. I think they have Kyle Phillips at 5 to save him from injury, same as Chiggs and Spears. And that's something I mentioned. I mean, hey, this is the unofficial depth chart. So nothing is official. Things can change. One day is somebody, at the 2, and then they end up being at the 3 later. So that could definitely happen. So that's why these preseason games are very important. Amar comes in and says, really excited for preseason games. These are the best backup quarterbacks we've had in a while. We're definitely going to find out who is going to just take that spot. Rob says, is our O-line competent this year? We hope that they can't be worse than last year. But that's why I think the offensive line has to play in this first game. They need some work together before the season starts. Titan Fox thinks that Wolf will be the starter at kicker, just in my opinion. We're definitely going to find out because that is a close race. Both guys have been pretty good, but each guy tends to miss at least one each day in practice. And I know every kicker is going to miss one. So that does tend to happen. Again, what's up, Man Hour? I appreciate it. As he says, just week 1 is lighting a fire on the Rice. I did hear somebody say that too, that maybe that is going to put Rice on notice to be like, you need to step your tail up. But at the same time, Mike Vrabel has had nothing but good things to say about Gibby. Titan Fox says Gibbons might be the better choice. He has cover skills and Rice is lacking. Actually, Rice is a little bit better in coverage than Gibby. Gibby is probably better in the run game than Monty Rice. So I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking to see Hooker. I like Amani Hooker. I think Hooker is, an underrated safety in this league. So we're definitely going to we're definitely going to see about that. Man Hour says Tannehill is a top 10 quarterback. We're definitely going to see. I think he's underrated. I think he's definitely underrated. So we're definitely going to find out about that for sure. So, everything can definitely change. So we're definitely going to find out. Say, y'all looking at 3rd place this season. Better stay 100. Who the heck is Man Hour? Who's gonna finish ahead of us? I mean, everybody is quick to just want to put the crown on the Jags. I think the Jags are overrated. And the only reason the Jags won the division last year is because we got ridiculed by injury. Tannehill goes down. We're at our third string quarterback, and we're really one play away from beating the Jags and winning the division last year. Even at 8-9, we would have did that. Man Hour, Ty Fox says, who is Man Hour? Man Hour actually is over the Man Hour network. I do footage for them as well, and I want to say he's a big Chiefs fan, if I'm not mistaken. I know one of our colleagues is a huge Chiefs fan, definitely. So shout out to Man Hour. Yeah, KC, but he's showing love for me and everything, so I definitely do appreciate that. He says Colts will be better. Look out for Houston. I mean, Colts, I'm not really worried about them right now. I'm not really worried about the Colts. I'm not worried about the Texans. Now, I do agree CJ Stroud could definitely be good. Not gonna lie. And it's going to be coming into a time where we're going to have 4 young quarterbacks in this division in the coming years. It's either going to be Malik or Levis. Still got Trevor Lawrence, who, of course, everybody's going to make the class of the division. Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud. So you're going to have that coming soon. And of course, awakentheeternal.com is just has such a man crush on Will Levis. I mean, are you just hugging up on Will Levis so bad you want me to get a Levis jersey? No. Prove something to me first before I get a Levis jersey. Prove it to me. Prove you can win the backup job, then maybe I will consider the consideration of possibly talking about maybe investing some money in a jersey, perhaps Will Levis. But that's way too far down the line at the very moment. So we're definitely going to find out. We're definitely going to find out about that. But that depth chart, definitely subject to change. But one thing I have noticed that I've been reading about is the Titan defense. They have been dominating in camp so far. And they have really been setting the tone every practice, just really getting after it against the offense and everything. And I mean, they're dominating. And one guy in particular that is really starting to show out is Azeez Al-Shaair. I mean, he is really, really showing out right now, showing that, he's come in and just has looked really, really good. So me wearing Kentucky blue, I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I really have a small disdain in my heart for the University of Kentucky, particularly to basketball with that Benedict Arnold, John Calipari, who I can't stand to this day. I mean, I dislike him with a passion, and I hope Kentucky basketball falls into a rut and rots in the earth. I really want that. So, again, the defense very dominant. Azeez Al-Shaair has been looking really, really good. We know Arden Key has been extremely solid. Kevin Byard being his old self. Christian Fulton definitely looks healthier. He's been battling with DeAndre Hopkins and everything. And then Sean Murphy-Bunton's been looking good and everything. So I definitely do like where this defense is going. And they definitely do have a chance to be a top 10, probably even a top 5 defense. I think they're definitely top 3 against the run. But if they can improve their pass defense, move up from the bottom third into like the middle, maybe around like the mid-teens, then we're cooking with gas. I think this defense could be special. If that pass defense just continues to improve, this defense has a chance to take us to a Super Bowl. We were talking about it on the Power Hour, and shout out to Lee Hillis and Michael Bishop of the Power Hour and of the 615 podcast. I was on their podcast the other night and had a pretty good time. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. And that's really what it all comes down to. But that defense has been looking really, really good, really, really solid on that. But whereas the defense has been looking really, really good, what is up with the first team offense? They have been struggling at times. And I mean, they especially struggled on Tuesday. A lot of it probably is with DeAndre Hopkins. He was not practicing on Tuesday. He did not practice Tuesday. Wasn't injury related. But we already had heard there might be a day or two where D-Hop does miss practice. Tannehill threw a couple of interceptions yesterday, and everything. So not a really good look. The offensive line is still trying to work itself out. Although Andre Dillard did have some better reps in the last couple of days. So maybe Andre Dillard is kind of getting better. We're definitely going to find out about that. But there has been some struggles with this Titan offense. Ty Fox says our defense is going to keep us in games with the fire lit under the offense. We only need to score more than 17 points per game. We'll be in great shape. But we need to score more than that. We need to score like 21, 24, maybe close to 30 points a game. We want to do more. Luban says, Lee says we can't win without D-Hop. I disagree. I mean, we'll be in any game as long as that beast is back there by the name of the King, Derrick Henry. Of course, Jay Bryan says Simmons, Tart, Autry, a dangerous combination. Don't forget Arden Key and Harold Landry also. So I definitely like those five. But Titan Fox says this first team offense is facing a top 5 defense, only makes them better in the regular season. And that's true. I think they are facing a legit defense. Luke says we only scored 17 last season. And so I'm thinking we got to score more than that. We got to be able to score more than that to be able to win games. But one thing that I have noticed is that I'm starting to learn is Malik Willis and Will Levis are both continuing to improve. They are doing some things better, especially with the second and the third team. But we got to kind of see them both mainly with the second team. And if one of them either gets a shot with the first team, we need to see how they do. There's been a few bright spots at wide receiver. So guys like Trayshawn Harrison and Reggie Robinson have really started to kind of show themselves a little bit in practice. But guys like Colton Dowell and Racy McMath, not so much. They're kind of disappearing, which may not look good for their chances to make the team. So my question I have to everybody is this. Is the Titan defense really that good? Or is the Titan offense really that bad? That's the question. Is the Titan offense really that good? Or is the Titan defense really that good? Or is the Titan offense really that bad? Let me get y'all thoughts on that. And while y'all are thinking about that, like I said, is the Titan defense really that good or is the Titan offense really that bad? I'm going to mention one thing. The Titans fan cruise is still ago as they're heading to Cozumel, Mexico, February 29th to March 4th. 4-day cruise, no passport required. They're leaving out of New Orleans and then heading to Mexico. You could definitely go on TitansFanCruise.com, or you could definitely call Miss Cynthia Bowen. Her number is listed at the bottom of the flyer if you are trying to book. So definitely check that out. It's definitely looking like it's going to be a lot of fun. I believe Avery Williamson has been officially booked in to go on this cruise. Some other Titan players, former Titan players, will definitely be a part of it as well. Not sure if I'm going to be able to make the trip, but I'm definitely trying to decide on that. So definitely something that I'm really wanting to do. But again, the question out there, is the Titan defense really that good, or is the Titan offense really that bad? Now, I think it's a difference of the two. I think the Titan defense is good. I think really good. I just don't think the offense is as bad as we may have perceived them to be so far. We're definitely going to definitely find out, but I want to see what everybody thinks. Derek says, let the puppies eat, put pressure on Tanny. Type 5 says, iron sharpens iron. We won't know until we face another team, which we will do that Saturday. And then next week, of course, the joint practices with the Minnesota Vikings. And then after that, the practices with the New England Patriots. We're really going to find out. Lou Man says, definitely defense is that good. Jay Bryant says, defense is that good. Derek Roberts says, offense that bad. Still evolving to a new age offense. Jay Bryant says, the right guard must be doing good because I never hear anything about him. And when it comes to the offensive line, if you don't hear an offensive lineman's name being mentioned, that's usually a good thing. Like, you're really not hearing Peter Skoronski's name. And Big Jeff had a lot of praise for Peter Skoronski. And Skoronski might be the best offensive lineman we have so far. You know, we hear about Chris Hubbard some. We hear about Andre Dillard some. You don't really hear about Skoronski or Brunskill. So that is something to take encouraging. Rocky, it tighten up. Amar says defense is ahead because it's the same system. Offense is new, takes time. To Z. I'm guessing he's saying it takes time, to gel. So that is very true. I do think the defense really is that good. I do. I think if I have to lean, it is probably more so in the middle, but I really do think the defense is really that good. I don't think the offense is really that bad, to be perfectly honest. And, like I said earlier, the backup quarterback battle is definitely getting hot. We're definitely going to see on Saturday how they look, because you're going to be going up against a different team. You're going to be going up against another team. You're going to be going up against another defense. We're really going to find out how good these guys are, or how much improved they really are. The kicker competition is still going. Again, I think Shudak does have the slight edge, but Trey Wolf is right there, not far behind at all. And one last thing I definitely wanted to talk about, Mike Vrabel announced that defensive line coach Terrell Williams is going to act as the head coach for the first preseason game against the Chicago Bears. And I'm going to tell you, I really like this move that Vrabel's done, giving one of his assistant coaches a chance to kind of get their feet wet as a big time coach, because you never know. This could help spring forward Terrell Williams maybe to a defensive coordinator position, or even as a possible head coach candidate coming down the line later on. So I definitely do like this, and it gives an African American man an opportunity. because we always talking about the Rooney Rule and how it is unfair, and that a lot of minority coaches are just getting the interview, but they don't have a real shot at the job. And so, if Terrell Austin has a nice performance, if the Titans do really well in this game against the Bears, who knows? This could definitely open up the door for Terrell Williams in the future. So I definitely do like this move for the Tennessee Titans, giving Terrell Williams the reins a bit, and definitely just giving him a look at that position. So I like it. I think this is something a lot of people have said the rest of the league should kind of follow suit with that. And actually, Terrell Williams is an assistant head coach as well. So that's why he's really definitely getting a look with that. And of course, Mike Vrabel, definitely talked about that and everything, and definitely gave some love. Talking about what he's been to the program since he's been there. And he's a valuable member of the staff and things like that. So definitely congrats to Terrell Williams for getting this opportunity. I definitely hope he does well with that. Ty Fox says Saturday is very exciting. AZ Mix says go Malik. DeAndre says hate that it's a 12 o'clock kickoff. I mean, hey, you can watch the game and then you still got the rest of the day to party. Definitely. I hope Levis balls out on Saturday. Feels good to have two quarterback prospects who are hungry and battling it out. Vrabel can actually watch the game like a scout in real time. Yeah, that's definitely true. So definitely shout out to Terrell Williams getting that potential shot. But before we get ready to call it a night, I have a such a pie hole that I did not think I was gonna have until I've been hearing some news. And it's about college football. And, I know I'm not the biggest follower of college football. I'm learning to follow college football and everything, but I'm really getting sick and tired of all this talk about conference realignment, and my Memphis Tigers are not even getting a sniff at the possibility of moving to a bigger conference. They've gotten passed over by the Big 12 a couple of times, and, now the ACC is trying to expand, and, they're talking with teams like California or Stanford to come across the ocean. I mean, come across the country, but yet, and then the main one that just really grinds my gears is SMU. And I'm thinking, what has SMU done? In one of the biggest games they've ever played on national TV, they lost to us. Even though it was a great game, it was a shootout, they lost to my Memphis Tigers, who would that year go on, win the AAC, and go to the Cotton Bowl, and not put up a too bad performance against Penn State. So I'm thinking, I guess, where's the love for the Memphis Tigers? They could do well in the ACC. They could do well in the Big 12. They may not be the greatest football program, but they have a damn good basketball program. But now I know college football rules the world in college sports. But Memphis is still a pretty decent college football team. I mean, they've been to bowl games, I believe, 9 consecutive years they've been in a bowl game. So the fact that Memphis is not getting love to be a part of the bigger conferences, I just think really sucks. So the college football, shut your pie hole and put Memphis in a bigger conference. You won't regret it when you do just that. So that was kind of my shut your pie hole. But right quick, one other thing, yes, Titans Bears will kick off Saturday at noon. I don't expect guys like Justin Fields or DJ Moore to play or anything. I know a lot of backups are going to play for both teams, but I am looking forward to seeing what Malik Willis looks like, what Will Levis looks like, maybe see what Tajay Spears does, hopefully. He could do, he could get through without getting hurt. The offensive line, definitely seeing some of the defensive players, playing for the Titans for the first time, and the kicking competition. Definitely looking forward to that. So I am definitely trying to see what some of these other players lower down the depth chart can do with opportunities given to them against another team. This is how this particular game, and in the practices, the joint practices, this is where these other guys can make the team and move up the depth chart. That's where this can happen for them. Titan Fox says, great show. Thanks for everything. I appreciate that. Luke says, Memphis has become pretty decent the past few years. I would say in football, absolutely. Absolutely. With that. So I'm definitely looking forward to the game, looking forward to the kickoff. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody. We've hit 1,300 subscribers. I'm on the road to 1,500. Definitely spread the word out. Definitely share the show out so that everybody knows where they could go and everything. So definitely spread the word out. Again, if you're new to the show, go ahead and follow on Facebook at TNT Enforcers. Also on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TNT Blue Enforcer, and on Instagram at Titans_in_truth. Definitely follow me in those spots. We're definitely going to have a lot more coming up. Of course, again, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure everybody hits the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But I'm going to get ready to call it a day. Harvard says, I came in late. Can you start over? Too late. I'm 47 minutes in. Definitely go ahead. Get ready to listen to the playback. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to download the episode on Spotify and iHeartRadio in just a bit. So definitely get ready for that. One other thing that did happen that I do want to show y'all before we do get out of here is this video of the new renderings of the stadium. I definitely want to show y'all that. So here's the video, the Tennessee Titans new renderings of the stadium.
Thing, and it makes a fiery rain. Bound in love's desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire. so burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire.
And that was just some of the renderings from the new stadium that is being shown. Shout out to the Titans. That's on the Titans Twitter page. Also, I believe it's also on their Instagram as well. I definitely like how that new stadium is going to look. I am ready to definitely be in there. I believe August 15th, there's a wait list that's going to be done for PSLs for the new stadium. And so I'm definitely trying to renew my season ticket. So I already get priority on the new stadium. So I'm definitely trying to make sure I do that. But everybody, I thank everybody for tuning in to TNT tonight. Thank everybody for watching. If you missed the show, definitely go back and take a look. And I hope everybody has a very good rest of their Wednesday. And once again, make sure y'all get ready. The Truth League Report is going to be coming out very soon on Mondays. So spread that out to your other football fan friends and things like that so that they know I will be talking about other teams, not just the Tennessee Titans, but other teams as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. And everybody, thank y'all for tuning into the show. And I hope everybody has a good night and tighten up because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.